Let me answer this in a saying of Hindi. हिंदुस्तान की तकदीर देखिए ना, ये तीन बुद्धिजीव जो हिंदुस्तान को बना सकते थे, आज इस अच्छे स्कीम के खिलाफ बोल रहे हैं. That fantastic.
I don't know what that means.
I would request them to explain to me and help me out to understand what is privacy. If they can help me out to understand what is privacy and how the
Goenka,
privacy
if you
is
want
lost
that, you
when
should
the Aadhaar is
read the
linked.
judgment
If they can
of the
please help
Supreme
me
Court
out, I'll be
on
really
privacy.
enlightened.
Have you read it? It quite clearly mentions there is a judgment.
The privacy issue
is the judgment on Aadhaar. Please say, is the judgment on Aadhaar. Please let me know how Aadhaar is violating their privacy.
That's the argument being made in court right now.
Sir, I heard you all. Right, so allow me to speak, please. My request is.
It was in the context
fundamental
of
right है मेरा भी बोलने का. Please allow me to speak, sir.
Go ahead, Vinit Goenka, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So I really fail to understand. When I file RTI, I want to know everything what you are doing. What a paradox.
Because I pay you.
RTI, you tell me everything. But when government wants to know about your Aadhaar linkage so that there can be transparency, so that the benefits can go to the right person, then I have a problem. See, I have been telling this again and again. No poor in this country has problem with linking of Aadhaar. Where somebody said that the 40 crore people or the 13 crore people or 110 crore people who have got this Aadhaar, the number of 1200 transactions which has happened, 13 crore people who have linked their PAN have done by fear. He is grossly mistaken. These are the people who are honest people, who know that the government is the rightful elected democratic government. It is doing things in the right place. It is trying to eliminate the middlemen. It is eliminating power centers which try to take advantage of uneducated people. This will bring in transparency. That has been I've been telling about this from last many debates. For God's sake, please tell me the paradox. How RTI is different than this? They advocate RTI very nicely.
No, Vinit Goenka, you don't need an advocate. Vinit Goenka, you don't need an advocate. I can tell you how RTI is different.
Media, you would like to give
RTI summons information from public servants by the public. The government doesn't pay me. I don't owe the government any explanation for my work.
Please allow me to speak, ma'am. In
you
income tax, you were filing all the vouchers.
It was quite frankly a ridiculous question.
Madam, when you want to file in visa, you give details, right? Why do you want to give that to them?
Exactly.
On
if
social
I
media,
want
putting
to,
everything. The smartphone is more institution.
It's about consent. If I want to, and RTI is only subject to public service, service of the public.
In the interest of the country,
we pay public servants. It is our right to ask those questions.
Section 8 of the Act is specific.
Which they have done.
That the government
what
can
is there
put the
in your bank account which is hidden? If there is a transparent money, if it is a legal money, you will not have any problem.
Which you can gather through the Aadhaar and
only
various
people
other
who have problematic
the first
earning
and
will
foremost
like to
thing, Mr. Goenka, is to understand one thing.
Did you earn a
the
single
thing
penny
to understand is that citizens make the government. The government does not
do anything which is wrong
over the citizens.
Why do you fear
that? Is the first thing that you do
if
not
you have not
understand.
done wrong, who is going to penalize you? Is there something which is trying to hide with the authorities? Unfortunately, the only person on the earth who knows it, you sir, nobody else knows things, that I agree. But yet, let me tell you, you have not enlightened me. Let me tell you one thing. When you give a databases, when you give a fingerprints to the foreign government, if you are under impression they don't use it, then you are grossly mistaken.
So because they use it, we should also use it. I don't understand these arguments. Also, Vinit Goenka, the argument of, one second.
Sir,
Vinit Goenka, the argument of, one second.
Please understand. Nobody is doing a surveillance. Do not create unnecessary presence. There is nothing called as surveillance.
There's nothing called as surveillance.
I think you're wrong. Middleman. It eliminates people who want to do.
What exactly are you doing then? Why do you want an Aadhaar for to
I have a right to say what I have
everybody's
right.
bank
You may feel
accounts?
that I am wrong, but this is what it is.
And
even if you feel it is wrong, that is the truth is, it will bring in transparency.
But we have a couple of people on the phone line. One second, we have a couple of people on the phone line.
You are thinking that. Can I answer this? Would you like to say, the one you thinking that he wants to know is wrong. Two, if he knows it, then he can plan how we can eliminate these diseases. Please understand, raise your bar, sir, when you know the good reasons. When you know the reasons, root causes, you can eliminate the root causes. You can educate your masses how not to get ill.
Okay.
Sir, please do not connect everything.
But you can
with
educate your
privacy.
masses how not to get ill without
There
knowing
is
all
something called big data analysis.
the intimate
which can help
details
you.
of
I'll
what
give you
goes on
fantastic.
between patient and
Faye,
doctor.
I request you to give me 2 minutes. Can you give me 2 minutes, please? Miss Faye, can you give me 2 minutes?
Faye, I think Mr. Goenka gives
Miss
us
Faye,
a
I'm
perfect
fighting a
example
5
of
panel
government
versus
thinking.
1. Can you give me 2
There
minutes?
No,
is
actually,
no patient,
Vinit Goenka,
there is
Vinit
no
Goenka,
citizen,
5 panel against
but
1.
the
Mohammad Khan of
government
the
is
Congress
entitled
hasn't
to
even
know
spoken
everything.
yet.
In the
But-
interest of
Okay, go ahead. I'll give you exactly
parity,
2
can you give me
minutes.
2 minutes
If I may,
uninterrupted.
Exactly 2 minutes on
It
the
is 1
clock
versus
for
5.
Vinit Goenka to make his arguments. 2 minutes starting now. Go ahead, Vinit Goenka.
Badi मेहरबानी की. I am not going to talk about Aadhaar. I'm just going to take you about the
lost 30
pain
seconds.
which is there and how we are trying to eliminate the pain. 2004, Secretary General UN requested Government of India to tell them how many people access bank. Unfortunately, 67% people did not have access to bank. HK Khan committee came out with this report. It was not my government, it was UPA. 2006 C. Rangarajan committee identified what can be done to bring this gap down. See the entire percent of Jandan, if you see, when the Jandan happened, 27 crore people got bank accounts. 27 crore people, almost 20% more. The poor got connected to the banks. Now, if these Jandan accounts are connected with Aadhaar and then with mobile, this jam will give a true, fair governance. Ma'am, understand, those 40 crore people who do not earn their bread and butter have been supported by subsidies and incentives and PDS schemes. Also have a voice just because they can't speak good English, just because they are not educated in some Stephens or some other big law colleges. They also have right, also hear them out.
I want to come in here.
And we are trying to work for them, not for the people who sit in the AC chambers and
Okay.
talk in Ethiopian area.
You have 15 seconds. Are you done?
Take about this. Why the Jandan? It will not
May I come in
benefit.
here for a minute?
If I transfer these funds directly to the account of the poor, will it not really benefit? Why should I give it to some
Can I say
ठेकेदार?
something?
All right.
The entire
10 seconds.
Samanshai, na, it should come to us
I
and
want to
only
come
we
in
will
here, please.
decide. We will not get elected, but we will decide on the fate of the people. We know more than everybody else if we will not face the
All
elections.
right. 2 minutes up.
So let me answer Mr. Khan.
Yes. Mr. Khan.
Mr. Khan, my email ID and password would be available to the authorities the moment they would like to check it if there is some activity done by me. And this I'm telling you with a lot of authority and conscious mind. If I've done anything, if there is an inquiry which is there, I would like to part with my all passwords immediately with them. So you were trying to make a mockery of this entire police department or the cyber civilians which are there.
If they have
Please
a
do
warrant.
not doubt them. The
they have a
anti-arrows, the
warrant.
certs,
No, I was
the
trying to make a
cybersecurity
mockery out
guys
of you and the
can-
point you're making.
No, I'm just answering. See, madam, should I answer it or not?
No,
Should
go
I
ahead,
answer?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Should I answer?
Go ahead.
Or you would like to just have a
The
one-side
best of your
debate?
limited abilities, please.
So,
Mohammad Khan, please.
please, when
Vinit
the day
Goenka,
they,
go ahead.
so the day authorities really want it, if I've done any activity, I will do that. A. B. If really there has to be surveillance to please educate you, without you giving a password, the capability of authorities who are supposed to do that, they are far ahead. If you think that your email has a password so nobody can check it, then you're wrong, grossly wrong. When you're under surveillance, legal surveillance, the officer can actually barge in and see it.
So,
So please don't doubt their capabilities.
So
now
we-
to come on Prashant Bhushan ji. Sir, आपने कहा friction, आप तो friction में जिए. लोकपाल भी आपका friction था.
Relevant, yeah.
सर friction तो आप बता रहे लोगों को. थोड़ा reality तो बताइए please. गरीबी को तो reality सर गरीबी, वो तो थोड़ा जानिए. उनका पेन भी तो जानिए. Friction में रहेंगे खाली. My request to you, humble request to you, sir, कि come out of this friction world and come in the real world. There are people who are suffering. There are people who want real benefits. Benefits have to go to them, sir. Just by giving big English definitions of law, we cannot stop them. And we are being elected by people to give service, we will give them, sir. We will not bow down to this kind of arguments. If court
Okay.
feels that okay, this is wrong, they will stop us. We were
Okay.
waiting for today, it will come tomorrow. If not tomorrow, someday, if we have
What
done
does-
wrong, the
what
court
does
will pass
giving
strictures on
service
us.
have to do with
थोड़ा तो
invading your
गरीब
privacy?
लोगों के बारे में सोचिए सर. फिक्शन में रहेंगे,
you
लोकपाल
can't
में भी
give the
फिक्शन.
service without invading privacy?
सर आपका वो सर मैं आपको रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ
आपने
अन्ना
तो
हजारे जी को
लोकपाल
पूछे वो
बनाया
कितने
ही
फिक्शन
नहीं।
में रह रहे सर.
आपने तो सीवीसी को भी
फिक्शन ही
ध्वस्त
फिक्शन
कर
है
दिया,
सारा दुनिया में.
आपने सीबीआई को भी ध्वस्त कर
सर
दिया,
आपकी फिक्शन की दुनिया थी सर. मैं आज आप तो
आपने
मेरे से
तो
उम्र में भी
इलेक्शन
बड़े,
कमीशन
बुद्धि
को
में भी
भी
बड़े
ध्वस्त
सर,
कर दिया।
लेकिन फिक्शन की दुनिया से बाहर आइए, रियलिटी में आइए. गरीब लोग हैं सर, उनको खाना चाहिए.
And
उनको help करिए जी, थोड़ा
let's
सा
not
मदद
forget,
करिए।
Vinit Goenka, that there were cases,
really help, sir.
there were
Serious
cases
panic
of
on a serious
hungry
note,
people
on a
who
serious note,
died for being
Prashant ji,
denied
Prashant
food.
ji, I'm seriously requesting you, with folded hand, can I request, Faye, give me 1 minute. Prashant ji, with my folded hand, I'm requesting you. Sir, you have such a talent. And if God would have given me 10% of your talent, I would have served this mankind double than my ability.
So
This
what
is
is the
my
request?
honest submission on a national
This is
TV.
enough.
Had I had even 10% of your knowledge, I would
Okay.
have served this nation. So my
Okay.
request to you is that serve the humanity, sir. Don't stop people who are serving the humanity. It is, I would say, whether it is demonetization, GST, Aadhaar, Jandhan, they are the best reforms I have seen, or structural governance tools which have been introduced by an elected government. This can be only done by decisive leadership who has determination to give a good governance to the citizens. Those who are being impacted by this are the only people who cry horses. And why I do not agree with Mr. Khan is that the people of perpetuity of crimes by enforcing emergency,
10
declaring
seconds.
license
10
raj,
seconds.
denial to the people, forcing people to go in poverty, those parties cannot ask us question.
Sir,
If
I'm sorry to
in
intervene,
case
मगर मैं आपको
an
याद दिलाना चाहता
officer
हूँ, you've been in
misuses
power
this,
for the last 3.5
there is a law
years.
to take care
ये
of that
कांग्रेस का
officer.
भूत सर से उतारिए.
Please trust
70% of your term is
the
over.
officers who are there.